Welcome back to another week of Thunderdome Fantasy Weekly Report. I am the Commissioner, Evan Creel, Dragons GM, bringing in the co-commissioner, Mr. John Creel.
Yes, sir.
And last but not least, we're bringing in the Angels GM, Miss Pam K. Creel.
Hello, everybody.
All right, guys. Sorry, don't have a special intro. Um,
Trying to get the new year started.
I'm trying. I'm still trying to get it all situated.
Get all the
I'm
keys done.
waiting on a photo from a champion.
I know, right? Still,
It's
Sorry,
all right.
you would
It's
have
all
had
right.
it done right away.
Hey, the 30-second countdown is just as good in my opinion. Hey, here's 30 seconds for stalling, and now we're here. What's up? Uh,
right.
I'm trying to pull up all of last week's
I'm almost done with the
stuff.
differential.
So, which one are you looking at now? Let's see,
Waiting on it to load. Waiting on it to load.
The first game's probably going to be Sin Eaters against Legend Killers.
I would think so.
Yeah, I think that was
What the heck? Week 17. What? We're in a whole nother season. What's going on here?
Your phone's a year behind.
I got a sleepy mascot.
What the heck? Okay, it's got me, for some reason, I don't know what just happened, but when I loaded it up, it had me for last year's stuff. Okay, here we go, matchup. Here we go. All right, we're in the new year. We're right where we wanted to be. Week 1, showing these league matchups. We're going to the first game, which was the last year's champion against the Sin Eaters, who beat last year's champion, was the only team to beat last year's champion. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? He has done it again. Taking him down. Pretty sure Legend Killer still would have beat like the rest of the winning teams in the league. I mean, but he just caught Ben, and Ben got that victory. Go ahead and pull up the little info that we got here. Sin Eaters dominates with a grade of A for his. I mean, that's Yahoo. We take Yahoo with a grain of salt. Yeah, we take that with a grain of salt. Like Battle for Legend Killers. Battle for last year's champion. Sin Eaters takes it. Hooray! Woo woo! I mean, it's the first game of the year. Let's see how it goes from here on out. I'll pass it over to John. We'll get these top scorers in. Sorry, guys, we're rusty. New year.
Yeah, just trying to get the rust shook off, you know. So for the winning team, the offensive point leaders were Aaron Jones with 26.70 points, Pat Mahomes with 23.54 points, and Jordan Addison with 16.10 points. For the defense, TJ Watt had 31 points. Branch had 20.50 points. And you have to forgive me, I only did the abbreviated name. I can't remember everybody's face right now. And Keyshawn Nixon was third on his team with 16 points.
Yeah, he stole them from me in the draft.
Yeah, right. For the Legend Killers on offense, Justin Jefferson had 25 points. Justin Herbert had 22.86 points. And Bijan Robinson had 20.30 points. On defense, Dallas defense had 41 points. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, right in the middle of all this.
You need to answer.
Jamon Holland had 15 points, and Dexter James Jr. had 11 points. And I had TJ Watt for player of the game.
Considering he put up 30 points, yeah, I'd take that.
He had 27 more points than than what he was projected.
What is she doing?
He did 20.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a video. I'm sorry.
All right, well,
I love that.
Sorry.
big win, week 1 for the Sin Eaters. Let's see if they can keep it rolling in week 2. Don't know who they're going up against. We'll get that later in the show. Don't want to spoil it. I mean, I'm sure everybody knows who they're playing already. I mean,
exactly.
But we'll get into the next game, which was the first battle of the offices, Angels and Crimson Elephants.
What about the point difference?
Oh
yeah.
Well, yeah. Go ahead with the
What was
point.
the score? We didn't even read off the score, did we?
No. Go ahead with the
Man,
score.
I'm sorry.
We're rusty.
Y'all are killing me.
Then do it.
Sin Eaters.
Okay, the legend
Sin
killer.
Eaters
Go ahead.
dominates Legend Killers 227.14 to 223.32. I'm pretty sure this was the lowest win margin of the week. With
3.88 margin.
3.88.
The lowest of the week. Mm-mm.
All right, well, why
What? Why or what?
have they changed the scores on us again?
I don't know why. What does it say?
What did I just read off at the top?
I don't know. I took what I
227.14 to 223.32.
I got 223.26. Give me the time.
Yeah, I got 223.26.
Yep.
I got 2.6.
So it's changed score. So it is a 3.82 win margin because it changed. Yeah.
I wrote the wrong thing down. Look at me.
By that 0.6, it counts. That's 6 yards. It counts.
First one I already messed up.
No, I was just noticing it myself because I read off the same thing. I read off the top of it from the recap instead of reading the final scores. And whenever I scrolled down here to the bottom, yeah. All right, so now I just got to remember which scores to read off of. All right.
Right?
Fantastic. All right,
Well,
let's move on to the next game.
The next game, the Angels versus the Crimson Elephants. Angels pulled off the victory.
I'm sorry.
200. What? Sorry. Crimson Elephants pulled off the victory.
Got locked on.
Yeah. I was scrolling down and it said Angels, and that just popped in my head, and I was like, wait a minute. It says 0-1 next to Angels, so I read it backwards.
Sean got that win.
Sean got the victory. Crimson Elephants pulls off their victory for the first week, 220.84 to 202 flat. This was a...
What was the point margin?
I'm
Let's
not
hear
saying nothing. I got the first one wrong. 18.84 is what I got, unless I got the wrong totals.
No, you got it right.
18.84.
Yep. And was that the most? No, that wasn't the most.
No, it's not the most.
All right.
Well, Angels will look to get back on the winning road this week, as Crimson Elephants will look to keep their winning ways going. And we'll get it over to John with the top scores of the game.
For the Crimson Elephants on offense, uh, we had Rashid. I think that was his name. Hold on. Let me get this guy. Yes, I want to make sure I get this guy's name right because this was a steal. Rashid Shaheed had 30.60 points. Christian McCaffrey had 25.90 points. And Zay Flowers had 18.70.
Another good draft pick. Like,
Right.
I didn't think any of the receivers were going to do good in Baltimore, but here we are. It's week one. Zay Flowers being that little crossing route man.
Bug. On defense, DeForest Buckner had 27.10 points. Kareem Jackson had 11 points. And Leighton Vander Esch had 6 points. For the Angels on offense, Michael Pittman Jr. had 24.70 points. Jalen Hurts had 14.50 points. And Brian Robinson had 13.60 points. On defense, Jesse Bates III had 25.80 points. The Green Bay defense had 18 points. And Patrick Queen had 15 points. Player of the game, the man I had to get right, Rashid Shaheed.
Yeah, he came out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was just unreal.
I don't know where he came from, but he didn't come from my free agency.
I never seen that guy coming. I didn't even know he was a person.
I didn't know he had a job. I thought he was like a practice squad guy. Like,
I was like Sunday years old whenever I found out he existed. I never even heard of that name.
You're so bad, John.
So, you know,
it's definitely a steal. Sorry, I'm in the wrong area right now. Should be watching this game. Should be watching the game up here.
Well, the game don't start for another 30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. Should be watching pregame.
Oh, okay.
I had my shit on a blank screen over here.
I don't play with the pregame. You know, they try to put too much trash in my head.
Well, huge games from some players like Shaheed,
yes,
Jesse Bates. I mean, Jesse Bates being in a new surrounding over in Atlanta now. He's not with the Cincinnati Bengals anymore. He's in Atlanta, so
yeah,
huge statement him showing up like that.
Well, and you know, so far the one thing I've learned, just looking over all of the scores of the games and everything, defense carried this week.
This week, yes, definitely.
This week,
on a lot of teams. I wouldn't say all the teams, but on a lot of teams.
Yes. Majority of the teams, defensive players just absolutely carried.
Yeah.
And the defensive units as a whole, like Dallas's defense, that was just 41 points.
Yeah. You know? Who saw that coming?
I mean, I knew they had a good defense, but damn.
Well, we'll get into the next game, which was the Orange Crush versus the Bucks Life. Oh, what? Sorry, got the wrong game. Wrong game. The Hammerheads versus the Kush Crushers. The Hammerheads versus the Kush Crushers. Hammerheads pulled off the victory 212.38 to 188.16. This was a
24.22.
24.22 margin. This was the second highest win margin of the week. And we'll get into the leading scores for the Hammerheads and the Kush Crushers.
for the
Don't even do it.
2021
Here it goes.
We're gonna bring this up.
champions,
We didn't even talk
Hammerheads.
about it.
Just
We
so,
didn't even
just,
talk
so,
about the 2022 champion.
Just-
We just had last
just so
year's
we know,
champion.
the 2021 league champions.
I don't want to get me started on the 2022.
Offensive leading scorers. Austin Eckler, 26.40 points.
Another keeper
Elliott,
up there in the top of the top, up in there in the top of the offense. Brandon had two of his three, I think. Two of his three.
Without a doubt. They were.
Yeah, Herbert and Jefferson in the top two.
Jake Elliott, 19.70 points. And A.J. Brown, 14.90 points. On defense, Philly's defense got 20 points. Zaire Franklin had 18.50 points. And Hufanga guessed that he was going to get 17.80 points. For the Cush Crushers, Stephon Diggs had 26.20 points. Kirk Cousins had 20.46 points. And Ramondre Stevenson had 14.90 points. On defense, Baltimore had 17 points. Danielle Hunter had 16.50 points. And Love, my abbreviations coming back to kick my ass right now. I believe that's not Jordan. Julian Love had 9 points. Player of the game, Jake Elliott. He surpassed his projection by about almost 12 points.
Big time kicker.
Yes. Came through clutch.
Now we'll get into the. Let's go ahead and say it. Great win for Hammerheads this week. Week 1. Congratulations. And now you gotta move it into week 2,
and then get back into 2023, right?
and the Kush Crushers are gonna look to right their wrong on the week 2 and try to get back in that win column as well. So good luck to both those teams. Not too much luck though. I'm trying to win this shit. Next game we'll get.
I don't think so, sir.
Next game we get into was the Orange Crush facing the Bucks Life. Orange Crush manhandled Bucks Life 197.96 to 175.12. This was one of the lowest, this was the lowest scoring game between two teams. Neither team reaching the 200 mark, which is rare. We normally have later in the season we're going to see teams, 250, 240, 250.
Especially out of Bucks Life, I was completely stunned that Bucks Life pulled a low score like that. Usually he is
high score
surpassing that,
Yeah. So huge win for Orange Crush going into this. Was a how big was the point win margin for him?
22.84.
And what was John's?
Oh crap. Oh, 24.22.
Okay, so this is the third highest point win margin of the week.
Yes.
Make sure I didn't get that wrong on the last one. I was like, And the top scorers are
for the Orange Crush. For the Orange Crush.
What did you say?
Deshaun Happy Ending Watson had 22.66 points. Travis Etienne Jr. had 21.40 points. And Chris Olave had 19.20 points. On defense, San Francisco had 20 points. I believe that is Troy Anderson had 11.50 points. And Justin Reed had 7 points. For Bucks Life, Calvin Ridley had 24.10 points. Tony Pollard had 22.20 points. And Nick Chubb had 16.70 points. For defense, Devin White had 12.50 points. Grant Delpit had 11.50. And Cincinnati defense had 10 points. And the player or players of the game would be San Francisco's defense.
Yeah. Little fun fact: before the game, he almost dropped them. I was like, bro, you don't want to drop them. They're a
San
top 5
Francisco's defense.
Wow. He almost dropped. I was like, bro, you don't want to drop them.
Hell no.
I was like, they're top 5 defense, man. You're gonna regret that later on. And he was like, you know what? I'm just gonna roll with it, see what happens. I was like,
that was a
genius move. I was telling you that if you don't feel good about them, then just grab a defense and put San Francisco on the bench and put a defense there.
Right.
But don't drop them. Trust me, they won't be there when you come back. We don't have waivers in this league. There's no 2-day waiver wire in this league, buddy.
No.
You drop, you risk the chance of them immediately going. For real. All right, we'll get into the next game, which was the Dragons versus the Thad Castles team. Dragons pulled out the victory in week 1, 208.04 to 176.16. This was the
highest margin, 31.88.
Can I say it again?
The highest.
Oh, man, you can't. Come on now, you gotta have some.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We can't rub it in. I just announced who I was. I didn't rub nothing in, man.
My middle of the road score of 208 being the highest score of the week.
No.
Okay.
The highest margin.
The highest margin.
The highest win margin. Yeah. Definitely wasn't the highest score of the week.
Sean has the highest.
Yeah, definitely wasn't the highest, but
no, it wasn't the highest.
Dragons week 1.
I'm sorry.
You know what this was? This was week 1. Me telling Yahoo, fuck that C grade, bitch. I know what I'm doing.
Damn. Okay. All right. Well, the top scorers for this game for the Dragons. Trevor Lawrence had 21.74 points.
Another keeper.
Armon St. Brown had 19.10 points. That's another keeper. And James Terminator Connor had 12 points. Mr. 1 Yard. On defense, Jacksonville's defense had 20 points.
I told you I look like a genius with that shit.
Hey, slide your head over and let everybody see the.
Slide over.
There it is. What? All right.
I told y'all, man, when I drafted him, I told y'all, like, it was just for week 1 strategy. I was like, I normally bounce my defenses around anyway, so that week 1, Indianapolis, who?
I mean, let's not beat up on the little guy, right? Continuing with the defensive scores, Matt Milano had 16.80 points. That was a good pick. That guy is. And Andre Cisco with 12.50 points. For Thad Castle's team, Breece Hall had 15.70 points. Elijah Moore had 10.20 points. and Javonte Williams had 9.70 points. On defense, Antonio Winfield Jr. had 17 points. Kwity Paye had 13.50 points, and Cameron Curl had 12. And the Dragons fell asleep. Hello.
I'm just basking in my victory, man. I can't bask in my victory for a minute. I'm sorry, David, but I'm just basking in my victory for a minute.
Let him enjoy his highest margin of the week.
Yeah. Because next week, I'm sure he's
Because the
going to
next week ain't going to be highest, right?
I mean, we'll see how that goes. But we will get into the last game of the week since everyone wants to get away from
I guess
me.
we have to move on, right?
The last game of the week. The new guy.
The new guy. That's right. JC. Mr. JC himself. The Los Patos. They get the victory over. They get the victory over Hendrix Mafia, 208.28 to 187.04. This was a
21.24.
21.24. This the fourth highest win margin of the week.
Okay.
Since there's only 6 games that played.
I know. Process of elimination in my mind.
Fill it in gaps, man. Way to do it. All right. Top scorers in the game for Los Patos. Tyreek Hill, 44.50 points. Brandon Ayuk had 32.90 points. And Sam Howell had 17.18 points. On defense, Deshaun Elliott had 10.50 points. I believe that is TJ Edwards, 10 points. And Jalen Carter had 8 points. For the Hendrix Mafia, Garrett Wilson had 14.40 points. Josh Allen had 11.04 points. And Kenneth Walker III had 10.70 points. On defense, Brian Burns had 24 points. Quay Walker had 22.20 points. And Roquan Smith had 22 points. Here again, we're talking about defensive scoring.
I mean it.
Wow.
I mean it.
If Lindsay could have had Josh Allen play like a quarterback, wow.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, sometimes defense wins games.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need the offense to help them defense win the game.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. In my game, my defense pretty much carried me because I had Joe Burrow score 3 points.
I was kind of so-and-so on both sides, in my honest opinion. Yeah. I had some good offensive players, but I also had a couple of offensive duds. So, I mean, it was back and forth. So, huge win for JC in his first game ever of the Thunderdome League over one of the harder teams of the league, Hendrix Mafia. I mean,
the one that's always in the playoff hunt.
Always in the hunt. I mean, here we go again.
Oh, and by the way, like I need to even say the top player of the game was Tyreek Hill, 44.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, I was about to get into that as well. Player of the week, offensive player of the week, Tyreek Hill with that 44.50 points. Defensive player of the week was TJ Watt with the 31 points. 31. I mean, it was almost Josh Allen, who put up like 29.5 or something like that.
Yes.
That's the defense of Josh Allen. Josh Allen.
The Josh Allen, that's right.
And coach of the week was Mr. Coach of the week that was Ben Wilson with the Sin Eaters, who knocked off the 2022 champions, and I mean by the skin of his teeth, but he was able to pull out a big victory. He got it.
He's got his number in this
league.
And that was Thursday. The same thing That was the
It's
same thing
Thursday.
Brandon said,
Everything's
man.
finalized. We're good to go. Ooh, I got somebody on the backstage. Hold up. Who is it?
Who?
It's the
Yo,
Kush
yo.
Cup
Papa
himself.
Look both
It's going to be a
ways.
new name every week.
Right?
So
Team may
how
be
you
Kush
feeling
Crushers,
about
but the manager's name, the owner's name changes every week.
how
Next
you
week I'm
feel
gonna be the
about week
Kush Whacker.
one? The Kush Whacker. how
I
you
know
feeling
you just
about week
didn't ask
one?
him how he felt about week one.
I did.
Oh, you're wait. I see. I knew you were waiting on something. I knew you, Mister Creel, by the John surname.
Go lay down.
Anyway,
Go lay down.
my
Go lay down.
defense sucked, bro. Outside of Daniil Hunter and the Baltimore defense, everybody else sucked.
Yeah, it was a struggle. My offense had let me down, so I was like, what in the hell?
What in the? So I'll be honest. Like after the first round of games, I looked at Joni and I was like, and for those of you who don't know Joni is, she's the other J in JJ Dank. Anyway, I'm sitting there and I'm like, dude, I didn't even score 100 points. I told her, I said, if I don't score 100 points in this second round of games, it's over. And I did. I barely scored another 60, I think. And then going into Monday night, I was a little confident because I thought Dalvin was going to do more. You know, maybe Aaron Rodgers going down had something to do with that. I don't know. But I know Breece Hall showed the hell up. He made me regret not keeping his ass. Even if it was at the number 3 spot or the number 2 spot. I think he would have been a second round keeper because I drafted
he'd been
him
a second round.
I drafted him hella early last year.
Well, you know, looking at the running backs that came off the board in the second round anyway, it would have been right on point.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure I took Najee in the second round, and he ain't do nothing for me.
the Steelers, look who they played, man. We were just talking about San Francisco defense. So,
you know what's crazy?
Yeah,
So I drafted Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah.
I also drafted him last year. I'm almost positive I had to draft him earlier this year.
Oh yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That sounds about right.
Oh yeah. I think you got him last year in like the 5th round. You got him like in the 3rd round this year.
I had to pick a rookie first round running back.
Who? You?
Yeah.
Who'd you take?
Gibbs.
Well, you know that
was Jahmyr Gibbs.
Man, in the 1st round? Ooh, that's rough.
I know.
I mean, just looking over, I think I could have got Tony Pollard, but I wasn't sure how he was going to do coming back. You know.
I honestly should have took Tony Pollard, but yeah.
Well, we should have could have all day long. I mean,
Exactly. We could have.
So what screwed me up big time in the draft as far as the defense goes is most of my defensive ends that I had listed as defensive ends, because, you know, I had to procrastinate with my research. So I crammed a bunch of research into like a few hours, and they're all linebackers. I was like,
yes.
Kidding me, bro? Are you fucking kidding me?
Well,
this 3-4 defense with these guys playing outside linebacker, which is basically edge rush or whatever.
Right.
I was looking for Josh Allen during the draft, and then I finally found him. I seen he was a linebacker, and I was like, I don't want a linebacker. I've already got my linebackers.
Oh, I went and picked him up off the free agent list because Joey Bosa is a bum. So I was like, come on. So, by the way, if feel free.
I also had Foye. I had Foye already too, so I was like, I don't really need 2 Jags linebackers. You know what I mean? Foye looking like a smart kid.
I'm about to go across.
I'm looking like
5
an
lanes
idiot
each of 4 lanes.
Break London.
What, Sean?
Yeah, I gotta go all the
Wait,
way
what?
across. Give me a second.
I'm looking like a
Bro,
fool for picking.
you're not gonna let me in, you motherfucker!
Woo! Getting rowdy on the show.
About to get thick.
Hey man, don't let him eat your puppy.
Oh!
All right, you good, buddy? You good, Papa Kush?
Bro, I'm so look. So Papa Kush
What had
Papa
happened
Kush
was
is on his way to go get his medicine because I am out, and these motherfuckers want to be trying somebody.
Wow.
Like, come on, bro. It's easy. It's easy to drive, right? You just set a speed and go. Like, that's it. Just
Hey,
go.
man. John, when you gonna grow your beard out? You work in a freezer factory for crying out loud.
Not.
I know,
no,
man. My neck would be cold.
I can't do that, man. Once it gets to a certain point,
I'll be honest
it
with
is
you.
rough on my face. I can't do it.
You can't grow it out anyway.
It is a little bit longer than I want it. It is a little bit longer than I want it. I want to cut it a little bit, maybe like an inch or so off.
Nah, I'm trying to be Santa Claus by 2 years from now. Shit.
2 years from now?
It'll happen.
Yeah, keep
Everything.
it going, man. You know what? Oh, you're going stomach and all, huh?
Everything.
That's not even high on the goals
Oh,
there.
my
Holy
God.
cow.
I'm gonna walk around in
So-
the hat and everything. Shit.
So is it safe to buy into Ben being Legend Killer's kryptonite?
Oh yeah.
Or do we have to wait
It's
till
starting
halfway
to
through
look
the
like
season?
that. I think
It's starting to look at it, man.
Brandon's
For the past 2 seasons, he's 2-0.
I
Bro.
think Brandon's even considering him the kryptonite. It was a conversation we were talking about
Didn't
before.
you have
It's like,
Ben
let's
in your
just-
Didn't you have Ben in your division last year?
Yeah,
Where's my folder? Pretty sure you did.
yeah, because
Yeah.
they've only
Yeah, he was
they've
in
only
there.
played each other twice.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. And they'll play each other twice a year this year because I've chose both of them in my division. So
Oh,
Right.
well, I guess we'll find out on round number 2 this year. If he beats him, then
Yeah,
we
That's
have
what
our
I'm
answer
saying.
for sure.
we'll see.
Damn,
we'll
man.
see. We'll see
It is
if
crazy.
Brandon can get one back on him, or if Ben goes up 3-0 on him, then it might be one of them. It might be one of them. I don't count Brandon's first year in the league because he took over a team and he went like
Right.
I think he won like 3 or 4 games, which was good. But
And he had to go through and work the free agent list in
Yep.
order to make a defense
Trades.
and stuff.
trades. I'm pretty sure somebody traded him I'm pretty sure somebody traded him Justin Jefferson. Shit.
Oh, I think I don't know.
Or did he draft Justin Jefferson as a rookie that year? And
He
then
did. I think he got him late because he was a rookie.
he got him late as hell too, man. That's
Oh
just,
hell yeah! Same way with Herbert.
I love how
Oh.
nobody was making that same mistake with Addison.
Yeah,
no.
They're like, nobody.
Ben
No, I
swooped
seen
in.
Addison, and I'm like, yo, I'm about to get him, bro.
Ben swooped in on him. I had him on my board too. There was only two rookie receivers I had on my board, and he was one of them.
I drafted more rookies this year than I have ever drafted. Ever.
I think I only pulled in 4, man, and most of them are on defense. I got one rookie on the offense.
I took 6 on offense. And I had
Damn,
one on
6?
defense. Yes.
Wow. You and Ben went all out on them rookies, man.
I don't know what it was, man. It just kept falling that way. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get these dudes late, and we'll see what happens.
Hey, if they hit, bro, you're gonna be looking like what's his name, Bill Belichick up there in New England, sipping on OJ.
Yeah.
I only drafted 2. I drafted Laporta, the tight end, and I drafted Bryce Young.
Bryce
And I
is a
only
good
want,
one,
and
though.
if Bryce Young does great week 9, I'm gonna look like a genius on that move too, because that's the only reason why I drafted him was for week 9.
I mean, I see why you drafted him though, man. He's guaranteed, right? Guaranteed playtime, so I get it.
Unless he gets injured, he's guaranteed
Right.
playtime. Damn right. He's the number 1 overall pick. He better be fucking guaranteed playtime. Honestly, I had 3 other quarterbacks on my board that I was hoping that would fall to me late, and that was Kirk Cousins, which you snatched up early because you snatched Daniel Jones on an auto pick.
I was nervous, bro.
You didn't like that.
I got nervous as hell when Daniel got drafted. First, I wanted to bitch slap Yahoo. Who the hell drafts Daniel Jones ahead of all those other skill players that were left in the draft? Bro, they had him as my number 1 next in queue, and I'm like, what? I ain't put nobody in queue. And they drafted Daniel Jones. Get out of here.
Well,
I
also wanted Jared Goff because I knew Jared Goff would be a good backup. He's a nice little. Yeah, I know. You ain't telling me nothing.
I ended that draft with 3 QBs, man, looking like a fool.
I was like, finally, I just gave up. I think the last one that I wanted was Jordan Love for Green Bay. And I was like, once he went, I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna take whatever quarterback's left here in a couple rounds. And then I seen Bryce Young start slipping up there, and I was like, screw it. I'm gonna take him now. And I grabbed him real quick. I was like, he's got the perfect bye week. His bye week is not week 9, and he's playing the Colts week 9. So I was like, all right, that's a great game.
Did anybody notice JC picked like 3 or 4 quarterbacks?
Who?
The new guy, JC Los Patos.
He took how many quarterbacks?
I think he's got like 3 or 4 quarterbacks. He took Richardson.
Well, he kept Purdy. He kept Brock Purdy as a keeper.
Right.
That's right.
And then he drafted Sam Howell and
Anthony Richardson.
Yep.
And then Miller dropped Daniel Jones. And he went and snatched up Daniel Jones, too.
I know. I seen him get picked up. I was like,
I'm going to get a quarterback. Like, holy shit. How many quarterbacks you need, dude?
I guess Daniel, maybe.
It's not a super flex league.
I think it's funny how. Huh?
I'm going to go see what rounds he got him in and see if one of them.
It's funny how I dropped Daniel Jones, bro, and he bombs the shit in this. Dude, they look like crap.
Yes, that was horrible.
How do you go from the best coach in the league?
To be honest, it wasn't much better on Dallas's passing game either.
No,
I mean it wasn't the offense.
Their running game was okay, but their passing game was horrendous.
Yeah.
Dak didn't do nothing either. So
true.
So
I just don't understand how you go from getting Coach of the Year. You got halftime. You don't make any adjustments to try to fix it a little bit. And, bro, you set all the worst records in one game. You realize that no team in the NFL has ever lost 40-0. No team. And they did it in the first week.
And now they got another tough matchup coming up in week 2. So
yeah,
that's going to be crazy.
No team in the NFL. I think there was another one where no quarterback had like however many interceptions and fumbles that Daniel did in that game or whatever, or the turnovers. There was like 5 records that the Giants set in that game that are like the absolute worst records.
Yeah, they could not do anything. I mean, every time they went to move the ball, it was just, nope, not doing it.
Well, obviously their passing defense was either pretty good or Dak is just...
we weren't knocking their defense.
We were talking about
did the best they could because all the points were being scored on
the offense. The offense wasn't helping. I know that. All right, well, let's get into this week 2 matchups because the game's about to start, guys. And we got off topic there for a minute. But hey, week 1, we're allowed to do that.
Hey, it's been off the rails.
Congratulations, John. Face to face. Congrats, bro.
Appreciate
Good
that.
game.
It was a good matchup, dude. It always is. Always is.
Yes, it always is.
All right, well, we got the first game of the week for the week 2. The Sin Eaters versus the number 1 Sin Eaters versus the number 11 Thad Castles team. I know rankings, week 1,
It's still early.
but it started. It started, and this is your positions. So number 1 Senators facing the number 11 Thad Castles team. The number 2 Crimson Elephants facing the number 12 Bucks Life. The number 3 Hammerheads facing the number 8 Angels. Tango in the Trailer. Part 1, 2023 or 2023
Tango
Part
in the
1. The number 4 Los Patos battling the number 7 Legend Killers. The number 5 Dragons facing the number 10 Hendrix Mafia, and the number 6 Orange Crush facing the number 9 Kush Crushers.
What a wonderful week of games it's gonna be.
Hey, sorry if I get a little. Y'all can ask JC. I got a little projector voice sometimes when I'll be doing my job, you know.
You kind of had that Howard Cosell thing. That's old days. Well,
me and Jeff about to switch places, man. About to take number 6 from him.
Oh.
I see he already working on his defense a little bit.
Oh.
I see him working on his offense too.
I ain't seen no pickups on the O.
He went up and snatched up Justice Hill after losing J.K. Dobbins for the season.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That was a smart move, too.
In my opinion, Jeff, if you do watch this, in my opinion, man, you might as well release J.K. I don't care how late you got him, brother. After having the double knee injury and now having another injury, he's pretty much he's washed, buddy.
Bro, don't keep him for sure. Ain't none of us going to draft him high.
Yeah, I'm not.
Ain't none of us going to draft him high.
Waste your pick on that.
Like, I'll see what he does halfway through the year, 3 years from now. But as of now, he gotta stay healthy for me, and that's just something he ain't been able to do. And now that this is a second season injury, a second season ending injury in the matter of 3 years, you might as well call him a wash. I mean,
dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, if I were the Baltimore Ravens, I want to see this damn training staff because I have never seen
so many running backs
lose so many
running backs
every year.
I was just telling Joni.
Lamar, man, Lamar's had those injuries the past couple of years too. So it's like, hold up now.
It's the running game in general, bro. It's the running game. When they go on the ground, like I don't know what, like John said, I don't know what their training staff is doing. But if I was a running back and I got drafted to the Baltimore Ravens, I'm pulling an Eli Manning. No.
And the medical staff needs to ask for more money because they're putting in work.
For real.
The medical staff is putting in work.
Something's got to give. Maybe they're overworked. That's why the people are still getting injured.
Probably.
You know, it's crazy to me that every year.
I have heard that Harbaugh can be a stickler, you know, so them Harbaugh twins.
But I mean, even so, at some point, somebody's got to take a deep dive into figuring out what's going on with keeping their people healthy.
I'm surprised the owners haven't, bro, because if I'm an owner, bro, that's investment washing away right there, bro.
Hell yeah, like, you lose out so much money on
that. I'm stepping in. I'm like, look, coach, I respect the hell out of you, but what in the is going on, bro? Like,
yeah.
All right, well, I was looking over these 6 games, and there's not really much to judge by for game of the week. But if I would have to say anything, I guess it would be the 2019 Bucks Life versus the 2017 Crimson Elephants for the game of the week. Second game would be
talking
Tango in the Trailer.
When you name the years, you're talking. That's their
Yeah. The
championship year, right?
2019,
Okay.
the 2019 Thunder Bowl champions,
Gotcha.
Bucks Life, and the 2017 Thunder Bowl champions, Crimson Elephants, both Stevens Trophies winners. Matter of fact, we didn't even have trophies whenever Sean won,
Yeah.
but
No, well, we got
got
it.
it.
we got him a trophy. We got him a trophy
we
the
did.
same year that I won in the second year.
because we
We got him
decided
a
that's
trophy
when
that
we were
year.
going to start doing that. Yep.
Yep. We got both trophies the same year.
I remember that.
Oh, the good old days.
I know, right?
What, 7 years ago?
Right? Like, wow.
Well, 6
Man,
years, 6
doesn't-
years ago? This is year
Bro.
7, guys. This is year
Yeah.
7.
It's
I
been
was-
crazy,
unreal.
bro.
I think Chris's Titletown League is in like League 12, year 12 or year 13. I mean, it's crazy, man.
Wow.
These years are just they're going. And I'm pretty sure me and John have been into Titletown since the beginning too, right?
I was in Titletown Russell Wilson's rookie year.
What?
I picked him up. I got him in the 16th round.
16?
No, 16th round. I got Russell Wilson, and he was my keeper until a few years ago.
Wow.
Yep.
That's impressive. Like, seriously.
It was like I had it a long time.
I mean,
I was in the right lane. Shit.
Mm-mm.
Now I'm
That
the one
league-
that
that
effed
league's-
shit up.
that league's a tough league too, man. There's some,
It really is. I mean,
there's like
I like
six,
that league.
6 or 7 of us that all know each other, and then there's like 5 of us, 5 of them that we don't know who the hell we've never met them in our life.
never
They're just
met him.
we know where they're from. Like we know that a couple of them are from California, a couple of them from Chicago.
I thought you could hop on Grant's side.
But
No, this one. So if I get last place this year, I'm starting a Grim Reaper League 100. And I'm going to be the Grim Reaper.
The Grim Reaper League. Yeah, I think I seen something about that where they were talking about somebody has to
Bro.
build their team straight off of the waiver wire or something like that.
Yeah, dude. And then if the person who's the Grim Reaper beats you, they get to choose one player off your team and put them on their roster. I was like, dude, you want to talk about friendships ending?
hey, you know what, guys? You know what, guys? If we have 10 members of the league that would like to do this, we can have a Thunderdome Grim Reaper League.
Bro, I seen that video and I was
About
like,
that.
oh my God.
I think the way we should do it is everybody who didn't make the championship game should be in the Grim Reaper League.
Oh, I like it.
Oh,
I like it.
And the last place team from the consolation bracket
I like it.
is the Grim Reaper team. And they have to that way they have to battle in the consolation bracket if they want to draft the next year. Otherwise, they're gonna get a free agent team and they're gonna have to battle.
Bro,
that's dirty, man. That is so freaking dirty.
I like it. I like
And,
it though.
I'll
think
try
we should
to
put
I'll try to think of something for the prize of that league or something.
I think you should put it to a
I'm
vote.
ready for that
I'm
adventure,
definite
man.
yes, bro. 100. I'm yes.
Of course.
I think
Even
I'd be in it just to see if I can do it. Like, let me
Angels,
take
you
off.
signing out?
I am.
Oh,
I don't have a
good
choice.
night.
I gotta get the baby girl to sleep.
Have a good night.
Okay,
Good night.
Aubrey,
We'll
wanna
see
come
you
say
next.
goodnight?
We'll see you next week on TFWR.
That's a long abbreviation, dude. Can't do
Right.
Thunderdome Fantasy Weekly Report.
Aubrey, you want to come up here and tell them
TFWR.
goodnight?
TFWR.
Tell them you go to bed at 8 o'clock.
Coming from channel FB.
And
Well,
YouTube.
okay, Aubrey said goodnight.
Good
Good
night.
night, guys.
Good night.
All right, everybody have a good night.
Good night.
You too.
Bye.
Adios.
I'm trying.
All right, so I just showed up to the medicine shop. Papa
Gotcha.
Kush has got to go get his medicine.
All right,
All right,
man. Good
man.
night.
Good night.
All right,
Take it
man.
easy.
Appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all throughout the week, or we'll chat throughout the week. Y'all have a good
Have
night.
a good one, brother.
Aubrey. Come on.
Well,
All right. I mean, there's
down to
something
us
else to
again.
think about.
Why is this open?
Yeah. I don't know.
There's something else to think about.
She did it and closed.
Oh,
The Thunderdome,
and I want to put out
Thunderdome
there.
Grim Reaper League.
You brought the blanket in here.
I want to put out there, JC. We do have your league shirt.
Yes.
I just have not had a chance to get it shipped out yet. So we'll get it shipped. We will actually be in Florida this weekend. I'm going to help my dad, aka Papa, aka whoever,
Yep.
I'm going over there this weekend to try to get that done. So
Yep.
so we have it.
Ooh.
I did make it.
Hey,
I swear
He's
I
gonna be
made it.
happy. He's gonna be happy.
But
Thunderdome.
Thunder.
I mean, and remember, guys, if you guys want any more merchandise with your
That's
stuff
right.
on it, guys, hit up John and Pam. They
Let
are
us
our
know if you want merch. We can
They-
get it.
they are the league merch peeps. So hit them up; they'll take care of you guys.
That's
What
right.
my code? What my code?
Oh yeah. We can definitely do the glass etching for beer mugs, you name it. We can do it.
Yeah, I have a
If we
beer mug
can't do it,
somewhere.
we'll
I think
figure
it's
out how to do it.
what,
there's
baby?
not a can't in my vocabulary.
That's right. There's no can't.
In my vocabulary.
Well, there's no can't in my vocabulary either.
There's
In the-
not a can't in my vocabulary. I'm
In the
just saying
creative
the word,
design.
In the PJ's Customs, there's no can't in the vocabulary of
There's
PJ Customs.
no can't.
I can't hear what he's
He
saying.
said there's no can't in the vocabulary
Of PJ Customs.
P&J Customs. Huh? What?
I'm
What?
the creative design, remember.
So, yeah, the creative designer over here.
Oh, that's what. Oh, okay.
I can't hear
And
what
you're
Evan's
just,
saying.
what are you, just the CEO?
I'm the CEO. I like that. It sounds good.
I am. Who's the CEO?
I am the one that gets her all the work. I'm the rep. I
You're
guess
the
you could say.
salesman.
The rep,
Yeah,
the sales rep.
I'm the sales rep.
And
She's creative design, and you're the sales rep.
That's right.
don't forget hats.
Well, then what the hell am I? I'm just advertising.
Yes, you're our advertising guy.
No,
You're
don't
peddling
forget
that
hats.
stuff out for us. Oh yeah, don't forget hats. We do hats.
Oh yeah, I know. I know.
There's that, right?
Oh, it is. I know.
Man, this backwards camera shit's fucking me up, dude.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm like, what? All
It's
right.
over here. That's why I put mine in the middle. I'm like, screw that. That's right there, dude.
Well, mine's kind of in the middle. I can't help it. I'm right-handed, so I just pick up my hat. All right, guys. It's been week 1 fantasy recaps of Thunderdome Fantasy Weekly Report. We'll be back to you guys next week with week 2 results and week 3 matchups. Peace out.
Peace.